Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Shayna Gray, and if you're new, welcome, and if you're returning, I appreciate you. If you're wondering why I look like this, it's because I just got out the shower and I'm getting ready to do a retwist and give you a little bit of a lock and life update, so we could just jump right in. I have some unanswered questions, some things I want to show you, and maybe you could help me as a community to answer some of these questions. And then I would also share with you some things that I learned and some things that I'm doing. Have I changed anything, or has everything pretty much stayed the same? So let's get to it. So how I want to start this is I have my hair in sections because, like I mentioned in my previous videos, when I wash my hair, I wash them in sections. I just have thin, fine hair, so I just think that washing it in sections helps me keep a little bit of weight off of them from being pulled on when I have my hair wet, and it helps me get my scalp better. To me, it's just more organized, and it helps me get a better wash out of my routine. So I have a couple of questions. There's still some locks here that want to unravel, and I want to know if that's a common thing. On the 18th of April, I will be 9 months locked, so I just want to know if stuff like this is common to you guys, and if it is, okay, that's fine. And if it's not, then should I crochet it together? Because this is just a big gap in my opinion, so I don't want it to end up being something that could potentially come apart as it locks together up top on the base or the root, and then the bottom kind of suffers and it just doesn't become a lock. Because I have maybe 5 that do this. This one's the worst one, so I'm glad it's front and center so that you can see it, but it pretty much just didn't lock together. My hair is super, I don't know how to describe it. My hair is just really soft. It's not that coarse, and it's not one to be easily tangled, so it takes a lot of effort to tangle my hair. So I'm just wondering if I should probably crochet the ones that haven't combined yet together with a crochet needle. I have did that on one example on one side of my head. It has been doing good, so I'm wondering if I should just continue down that path of the ones that don't want to get in line, help it get in line. So I think that is something that I should probably do, but let me know in the comments if you experience unraveling still, or locks that just don't want to lock and come together as a union. And let me know. When it comes to my wash routine, I didn't change anything. I still use the Head and Shoulders, and I still use the Aunt Jackie's clarifying shampoo, and I still use the 3-minute Miracle conditioner, but I only leave it in literally for 60 seconds, and then I rinse 80% of it out. I don't rinse all of it out, just most of it. So we're gonna start with the famous right side. I don't know if I told anybody, but I retwist every I would say 5 to 7 weeks. This week I think makes 7 as of today. I think it's been 7, so that was the time frame that I felt was necessary to retwist my hair. I still use the same products. I use the aloe vera gel, and I use my wait a minute, I'm forgetting the main ingredient. My tonic water. I am so sorry. How dare I forget my hair's best friend. My hair flourishes off of this tonic spray, and I have a video on that I will link above. How often I mist my hair is every other day to every 2 days. So I lean more towards doing it every 2 days. I guess while we're here, I can give you a little before. So we're gonna spray my tonic water. When it comes to retwist, I get it damp because I really want my hair to soak in all this goodness. And it just smells amazing. And it feels amazing. that. And now we can start. Look how far this one has come. Used to be my troubled teenager, and now he's almost a full-grown adult. Some things I wanted to talk about was just pretty much maintenance for me. I'm a very low maintenance type of person when it comes to my hair. The less I do to my hair, the better. So I don't really do much to maintain it. It's been a few weeks and I still think that my parting is very well maintained and separated. I don't get marrying, as the term is used in the lock community, where the hair tries to tangle together, because again, my hair does not tangle. Thankfully, I don't have a tangly scalp when I was trying to be a natural and it wasn't working for me. But it's also why I think I still have some separating, because it does not want to tangle and tangle the mango. So I deal with a lot of separation. I literally think I have maybe 5 locks that do not want to tangle together on the ends, and they all do that strange separation look that you've seen at the beginning. So I think when these dry, I'll probably go back, but I'm going to read the comments first, and I will go back and crochet them together to see if that will help. I believe it does help, because I have already crocheted together 1 lock before and it's doing very well. It has not come undone. It has not done anything strange. It hasn't done anything at all, really. So I think crocheting it together is a good option. And surprisingly enough, it helps it keep its length. When I had crocheted it together, it was actually longer than when it started. So I found that pretty cool. But it's only going to be for the ones that haven't wanted to come together yet, because I noticed that a lot of them well, to me 5 is a lot, don't want to tangle together. So that was one question that I have for you in the lock community. Any advice or tips on unraveling locks? What I do to stretch between my retwist? Honestly, again, less is more. I don't do a lot of styles right now, because a lot of manipulation for my hair would probably lead to breakage and my hair falling out. So I don't want any breakage. So I don't do a lot of manipulations. I don't do a lot of styles. I leave it out 99% of the time. And then if it's like a special occasion, I will do a style, but it's still a low tension style. So it's just 2 small ponytails on the top, and then it's the rest of it out, especially my nape area. I don't tug a lot on my nape area, because it will definitely thin out, and sometimes I'll get a flare up when I notice that I need to moisturize my hair. I try to test out to see how long I can go without moisturizing my scalp, just so I can get a feel for how the tonic water can be distributed properly, and not to use too much and not to use too little. And for me, I think maybe 2 days to 3 days, the longest, without having an episode of inflammation on my scalp. It really helps when I moisturize every 2 to 3 days. 3 days max, because it's just the alopecia that I suffer with sometimes makes my scalp really itchy. So when it comes to stretching, if I missed it lightly, it doesn't mess up my retwist. I know some of you may be thinking that if water is going to mess up the retwist. Again, it's inevitable. If you put a lot of water, then it's going to cause it to untwist, but I only missed it, so it's enough to hold the itching at bay, and it doesn't irritate my scalp. So I don't soak my hair, I just mist my hair. It does my hair a lot of good when I do it that way. When I have single strands and frizz, I pretty much leave them alone, and then when it comes to retwisting, I'll twist it down, and then anything extra I'll twist it in reverse and go back up. Not literally reverse, but I'll twist the hair down normal, and then any extra strands that are out in the lock, I will go upward and wrap it around the hair. Works good for me. So that is what I do when it comes to dealing with the frizz and the single strands that come out of my lock. More questions that I have for the lock community is, what exactly is the definition of budding. I am not 100% certain. My sister and I speak back and forth about it, and we're confused. I know I'm more confused because a lot of people would show on videos budding is like this bulky part of hair that's on the lock, but then others will say budding is the part that is pretty much hardened, I guess, hardened on the lock, and it's confusing. So I would like a nice clarified definition on what is considered budding. Do you see it in my hair? Does anything on my hair indicate that I have it going on or don't have it going on yet? Can you see any indication of budding on my strands? Could you let me know? Thank you very much. Another thing that I was wondering is, when is too soon for lock jewelry? I do not intend on putting any lock jewelry in my hair no time soon. I just would like a time frame of when people feel more comfortable for using lock jewelry. Did you use lock jewelry a year within getting locks? Did you use it at 6 months within getting locks? Do you wait a few years, 2 and up, to get lock jewelry in your hair? And if you do, did it ever mess up your hair? Did you notice if it pulled it out, messed up the formation, stretched it, made holes? So what's your opinion on lock jewelry? Because I see a lot of beautiful lock jewelry out there. I see a lot of beautiful lock jewelry on a bunch of different people, and it's exciting. I would like to try some on my hair, but again, I've got thin and fine hair, so I don't want to get it if it's something that could be damaging to my hair. Is there lock jewelry that's lightweight but still stylish, or it's just not really recommended to put things in your locks at all? So I would definitely like to know your take on lock jewelry, and if it's a good idea or if it's not a good idea. Oh, I'm a little nervous about this one. Why is this one so thin? The thing I have to worry about when it comes to locks is this inflammation area. This one feels very thin. I don't know if you could see. I don't know if you could see that, but this feels very thin now that I wet it, and I hope that's not something that's going to fall off, because I did have a moment where my head was getting really inflamed and I couldn't figure out why, because it was moisturized. I was doing everything I thought was right with my hair and it was still just itching. So any tips for your alopecia girl, I would really appreciate it, because I know that's probably going to be a common scare, or maybe even a problem that could occur for me. So any advice? Thanks. So maybe I could do a little bit of a life update. Things that have been going on since I did my 2-month lock journey, and I'll link that video above, are just different business decisions. There's different directions I'm trying to take my brand, My Own Species. So I have been working very hard and diligently on that. I want to make more things for it and improve some different things that are going on with the website and the look of the website. And I've also been getting into sculpting. I've always had a talent for art, so pretty much anything I put my hands on that's artistic, I'm pretty much capable of executing it in the way that I want to. So I was thinking of going into business when it comes to making jewelry, like necklaces and bracelets and a bunch of different beautiful things with crystals. I am a spiritual believer. I love crystals. I believe in their healing properties. I believe in what positive energies that it brings. I know that it has made a great change in my life since I have found out about them and studied them and gotten to them. So I will be incorporating that in some of the business decisions that I make moving forward with my brand. Also, I've been working on, I'm not trying to stay at a job for years and years. I'm trying to work for myself, and I'm trying to do things for myself. So that's just a little bit of an update. I've just been busy doing business. And if you don't know, I am a mom, so I have also been taking care of my kids. My husband has been home for a few weeks, so it's really nice having him around. It's really calmed my anxiety when it comes to this cold and flu season. My kids were hit pretty hard this past supposed to be winter. They just caught virtually everything that was going around, the GI bug, the stomach flu, the not even COVID, RSV, or pneumonia. It was just something that was just trying to attack their respiratory system. It was a lot of mucus and coughing and double breathing, and it just was a scary moment. So having him around really helped ease the anxiety, because I wasn't going through it alone like the first time I had to do it. I was on edge, and when I get anxiety and I get anxious, I don't eat, I don't take care of myself, because all I want to do is help my kids feel better. So if there's anybody else that's like that out there, can you let me know any tips and tricks you have for relieving anxiety? Because right now I've been going into the route with tea, and I feel like the tea is really nice and soothing, but it's only for the moment. So I would like something that I could implement daily into my routine. I've also been trying ashwagandha. I like that word, but I've been trying ashwagandha, and I must say that it has helped me rethink stressful situations. I don't overthink, if that makes sense. I can think clearly and rationally and execute what I need to execute without making my stomach hurt or making myself feel really jittery or nervous. So I really enjoy that about the ashwagandha vitamins that I take. I use the Nature's Bounty brand because that's my bestie. I love that brand. If they would love to sponsor me, I would love to talk more about it, because everything about them I use, their hair, skin, and nails, their multivitamins, and their anxiety medicine is just, I think they did a really good job just creating this product. So I give them a 10 out of 10. I genuinely love using them, and I use them in my everyday routine. More things I would like to do with my life is travel more. I would like to get out and explore the world that's around me, be more present in the time that I have, because when it comes to life, I've noticed that I did not live in my 20s the way I should have lived. I was too busy just living for everybody else and not living for myself. So this last year, I would say after COVID, it really put into perspective that I need to do more for myself that's going to make me happy, because life is just that. Life is short. You don't know what tomorrow is going to bring for you. And this world is so unpredictable. Every day is unpredictable. One decision can just alter your entire day and your entire life. So if you're going to make a decision, just make sure it's a decision that doesn't hurt anybody. Make sure whenever you make a decision in life, it's always to help someone else, or to be kind to someone else, and to be kind to yourself, because you only have one you. So you need to take care of that. You need to take care of you and do things that bring you joy. Now, if it's something evil that's going to hurt somebody, but it brings you joy, maybe you should seek some help, because that's not normal. So yeah, do more in life that brings joy to you. Do things that scare you. Do things that make you grow. If you're afraid to start something, like I was for this lock journey, and it may sound silly, but I was so nervous starting this lock journey, because I was saying to myself, what if this? What if that? What if it doesn't work out? What if I don't like it? What if it's ugly? What if the phases are ugly? I really psyched myself out from starting this journey for so many years over fear. Something that was stopping me, that literally I manifested within myself for absolutely no reason. There was nothing to be afraid of when it came to starting this journey, and I'm so happy that I did. I can't go back to start it sooner. I wish I did, but I'm here now, and I'm so happy that I'm here now, because I'm genuinely happy with the way I look and feel every single day. So if you ever have a decision that you're nervous to start something, nervous to go somewhere, do it. Now, if it's something that's going to hurt you financially, or it's not the best decision, then plan to do it. Plan accordingly to get it done, so that way you can have the best moment without worrying about any consequences. Because I've taken a trip to Vegas a while ago with some friends, and we was all laughing but crying broke when we was on that trip, because we didn't properly plan, but we just said, forget about it, let's just do it. And we were all there on our rent money, but it was a good time. So now I know to plan accordingly and not to just do things that are spontaneous that will hurt me in the long run. As silly as it may sound, this journey has taught me to take more leaps of faith when it comes to decision making in life, because something as minuscule as hair to some people was a major make or break for me. And I believe it's just how I was raised, to look polished and to look neat all the time, and make sure your hair is done, make sure your hair is neat, not a hair out of place, slick. Like, I feel as if this journey has freed me from that constant routine to always have to look the best all the time. And I honestly feel my best all the time without having to do anything when I wake up in the morning now. So I really enjoyed that freedom that I was able to gain from becoming locked. I can't describe it in any other way. It has really freed me from always feeling like I need to look perfect when I am imperfectly perfect already. I don't need to look the best of the best all the time. I'm just going to the grocery store. What do I need to slick my edges for just to go to the grocery store? This is hair. It's what it's supposed to look like. It's what it's supposed to do when I'm intending on having it look this way and I'm intending on having it locked. It's supposed to look exactly as you see it. So what am I trying to make it seem as if it's not? And I was stuck in that spinning wheel when it came to wearing wigs. It's like, oh, is somebody going to notice my lace? Is somebody going to see the lifting? Is somebody going to see that it's a different color than my skin? It was just worries of different things every single time I put that wig on. Sometimes it's too tight. Sometimes it was not the kind of curl that I wanted it to be. It was just so exhausting to mentally prepare for what I was going to do with this dang wig every single day. And that's just my personal opinion. I love to live a simple life. I don't like to do all this extra work when it comes to hair. I was never really big into hair, fake hair at least. So I was never someone that wanted to wear wigs. I just wore wigs because I couldn't find a solution for my own natural hair. So for me, the wigs were something I could hide behind. It was the easiest thing to put on and go, but it was also the most mentally straining, because if it didn't look right, I didn't feel right the entire day. And I was worried about what everybody else saw, how it looked to other people, what other people thought about it. Did it look good? Did it fit me? Did it suit me? So when I stopped wearing the wigs and finally said, let me get into the turbans, let me get into nurturing my natural hair back to its health, it was just something that was as if I snapped off these 1,000-pound blocks that were weighing my shoulders down, because it was just an extra burden for my daily life. And when I had kids, it was a big burden, because now I've got to get them ready. I have to squeeze in an extra 30 to 45 minutes just for hair. And I'm like, I'm missing this time with my family. I'm missing this time when it comes to getting out of the house. When it goes to work, I have to wake up super early just to leave enough time to get my hair done. It was just, to me personally, ridiculous. I couldn't tell you how much time I have gained by eliminating false hair in my life. And when I got into doing the Fox locks, that was another time consuming thing that I didn't always enjoy. I would only get a 30-day wear out of it, 1.5 months the most wear out of it, only to take it all down, wash it, deep condition it, which took me like 4 or 5 days because I have kids, and then reinstalling it. It was just way too much, and it was starting to become too strenuous on my hair. I don't know if they changed the formula of these Fox locks, but now they irritate my skin, which they've never done before. Even the brands that I had all this time never really irritated my hair like they do now. So I feel like maybe there's a different chemical change in how they store their hair, because I get irritated with it. It makes my head itchy. It makes my head uncomfortable and inflamed. So I was honestly losing options for how to style my hair. And I was getting nervous, like I've got nothing else I can turn to. Wigs are becoming too much time and irritating, and now Fox locks and braids even were all becoming just too much for me to handle. So I had to let it go, and I'm so glad that I did let it go, because it was just way too much on me. I will say this, when I chose to become locked, I didn't really think it was going to take me on this whimsical spiritual journey. I know a lot of people laugh when people say, oh, it's a spiritual journey. I'm not saying spiritual in the sense of like religion and third eye and higher being. It's within my own spirit, if that makes sense. This journey really freed a part of my spirit that was way down, chained, shackled, unhappy, and just really gave me the true point of view that I wanted to see myself for so many years. So what I mean by that is, when I was younger, I never saw myself as beautiful. I was severely bullied, probably since I stepped foot outside all the way up until middle school. And it takes a lot to unlearn all the bad things people say to you. And I was made fun of for my hair, and I was made fun of for my looks, and I was made fun of for pretty much anything, breathing. I was made fun of for just existing in this world. So as I got older, the things you hear from people around you, like your mom, doesn't outweigh all the negative things I was hearing when I stepped outside the house and my mom wasn't there to tell me those things. I was hearing more negative things than positive things about myself. So my mind held on to those negative things more than my mom telling me I was beautiful and that I look pretty and stuff. So it's just really important that you, again, I said this before in another video, you walk out the house knowing who you are, so no one outside your house can tell you how to be. And I wish someone has told me that when I was a little girl, so that way I probably would have not held on to all those mean things that those mean girls said to me, and I wouldn't have believed them. And who knows where I would have been today. But I also think that it's just part of the journey, and now I have a story to tell, and I'm gonna tell it. And every phase is beautiful. It really helps you become vulnerable to look within yourself to see that you are a beautiful person, and that your hair is beautiful, and that your spirit is beautiful. And everything about this journey is literally a journey about self. It's a journey about learning more about yourself, getting in tune with yourself. If you're a person that hides behind look, to me personally, this is all opinion based. It's nothing that's written in stone. It's just how I live my life. It's just how I see this journey, and it's how I see the world now. My point of view has been completely shifted. So you can take that and do with the information what you will. You don't have to do anything with the information. So it's all up to you with what you would like to do with it. So I feel like I'm the little lockhead that could defying the odds that I thought I couldn't hurdle over. And if you notice, I don't use a comb. I don't care for it to be super neat. If there's any loose hair, I put it in the part that's the closest, or the part that I feel could use a little bit more hair to support it, and just go about it that way. I did another retwist video, and I also counted how many locks that I have. So if you're interested in that video, I will link it above. So I'm thinking about maybe for my 1 year, I might recolor it the same color that I tried before with the honey blonde that I did when I first decided to go and lock my hair. So I'll link that video if you want to see the process of how I was able to color my hair to get it this way in the first place. About halfway through, if you want to see so far. We're getting some length. As you can see, it's finally touching. So that's nice. Retwisting is so easy. I absolutely enjoy how quick this process is. And I didn't intend on this video being super long to begin with, so I figured I'd do a 2-for-1 and ask you guys some questions and help, because there's some things that I just don't understand when it comes to the constant unraveling. It's still unraveling even after I'm about a year. Also, is this budding? Is this not budding? It's soft, it's squishy. I can't poke my finger through it. I don't know what budding really is. So if you can help me understand that, we can do a little recap on the questions that I have, because I'm just want to make sure I'm doing it right when it comes to keeping it from separating or breaking apart or separating apart. So let me know, please. If you see something online that you think would help benefit you, give it a try. If it fails, then it is what it is, but not everything is out there that's gonna help you like it does for others. So just don't be naive when you see those types of videos that hype up, oh, quick growth, quick lock, quick this, quick that. This journey is everything but quick. So if you are impatient, then this journey might not be for you, because I'm still trying to figure out why I've got this separation right here, but I'm being patient with it. If you've experienced that, and if you have, what did you do to solve it? Or what happened when you left it alone? Is it a happy ending or not a happy ending? Also, write down in the comments how your lock journey is going. What have you taken from it so far? What things have you learned? What mistakes have you made? What advice you wish you knew before you started? Did you have to restart your journey all over again? Did it ever get boring to you? Did something happen that you had to change or undo your locks? How many journeys have you started? Is this your first journey? Is this your second, third, seventh? Let me know, because we are all on this lovely journey together. If you've been locked for 10 years, I really would like to know what you've got up your sleeve, or what you've been doing to maintain your length, your strength, your health of the locks. I would really like to know, because I intend on being there one day. I do have an Instagram where I share photos and different updates up there when I'm not recording and filming here, because again, I am a mom. I'm very busy, and also I'm trying to run multiple businesses, so I have my hands full right now when it comes to different things that I'm getting into. So I like to make my updates count. I don't want to just throw anything at you just for a video. I want to be able to have something that's really going to answer questions or help my questions get answered, or show you a really good update to help you see how somebody with alopecia and thin and fine 4C hair goes about their journey, and try to answer any questions that you may have. If you do have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask me. And if you have advice, please be kind. If I'm doing something you feel is wrong, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. And to you, you might feel that it's wrong, but to me, if it's working and there's nothing that's negative coming out of it, or if you don't see anything negative on my head that's coming out of it, you honestly can keep it to yourself, unless you think it'll genuinely help me, because I just do what I feel works best for me to begin with, and that's how everybody should be. But I'm definitely open to taking nice and kind advice, not somebody that just wants to be a know-it-all, or some of those aggressive locticians that's like, you shouldn't be doing that, that's not the right way to do it, that's the wrong way to do it, you should be doing this, this, and that. It's not a should, it's like I suggest you guys can do it this way, because either way, if somebody's gonna do it, they are, and if they're not, they won't. So if you have advice, give advice with kindness, not with authority. You're not that person, and what works for you may not work for them. What works for them may not work for you. And somebody such as myself that has alopecia, thin and fine hair, a lot of things that would be traditional for a regular person, it would be a lot different for them than it would be for me. Even if we started at the very same time and moisturized our hair at the same time and did a lot of things at the same time, it just won't end up the same whatsoever. So always be kind in that aspect when you're giving somebody advice on their hair or anything else in life, really. I have a new found love for myself that I'm absolutely happy with. I can't believe that I'm about to be 9 months. On April 18th, 2023, I will be 9 months locked. That's like a whole pregnancy term. I can't believe I've had my baby for 9 months already, and then it's about to be a year come June. Time is flying, and I know it's flying because I'm enjoying it. It's such a joy to be here. The people that have commented, it's been a joy speaking to you. It's been a joy reading your comments. It's been a joy learning where you are, and it's been a joy knowing that you're just starting, or you've been locked for as long as I've been locked, or you've been locked for a few months or for a few years. The diversity in the comments is absolutely amazing, and I love and I read and respond to every single comment. 99.99% of comments I respond to, so please don't hesitate to talk to me in the chat, and you can talk to me on Instagram. Again, it's called SpirituallyLoc'dIn, and it will be linked over here, and it will be linked in the comments. Please don't be scared to talk to me. I am hashtag no friends and hashtag mom life, so my life is really restricted right now only because of the schedule that I have, but it ain't nothing to pick up a phone and send a message. So I am a texter more than I am a talker. My house is too noisy, and the only reason why I can do this right now is because my kids are in school. So that's how we're here. Hang out in the comments, talk, joke, give some good advice, give some encouraging words, not just to me but anybody else you see in the comments. I would love to build a community in this realm, in the lock community, because it really feels the most genuine, and the comments feel real and nice with good intentions. Nobody's trying to be a smart aleck. Nobody's trying to be disrespectful. We don't welcome that energy. You will be blocked. It will get deleted right away. We don't encourage any negativity here. You don't know what somebody's going through, and quite frankly, your opinion doesn't hold any water when it comes to being negative. So you could just keep it pushing, and I'll keep on keeping on. You don't have to agree, but you're dang sure not going to be disrespectful. So let's be kind to others, be kind to me, and we will have a lovely time together. I'm also curious, do you guys like your hair more when it is freshly retwisted, or when it has marinated a little bit and grown out and you got a little bit of hair growth in between? Comment below which you prefer more. Me personally, I like it when it's probably a week after the retwist, because it's not too grown out, but it's just like more loose, and not to say that it looks bad, but it just feels different and it makes my head look flat. Last question I do have: when I feel the top of some locks at the root, some of them are very stiff and don't want to move, but then the rest of the hair is very flexible. Does that mean that the part that is very stiff has become an actual lock? Because why wouldn't the bottom also be stiff, you know? I will show you an example. So this one, this part is all flimsy, but as you can see, this part up top is not that bendy, and it's very solid, but you can even see where you can see the difference. So why would the base be stiff, but then you've got the flimsy end there? What does that mean when it comes to lock formation? Please let me know in the comments. They might be silly questions, so please don't make me feel silly for asking them. The questions I would like to ask: what is your take on the term dreadlocks? I feel as if the term has been twisted in a negative narrative, because to me, we know that they're not dreadful. So I don't know why people would associate them with being dreadful. I don't think that it's something that's a negative term. If somebody was saying to me, oh, you have dreadlocks, I'm not going to say,
stop right there. Don't call them dreadlocks. They are locks.
Why does it matter if you're not using them in a disrespectful term? That's what the style is called. It has multiple terms, just like braids can be called plaits and whatnot, and cornrows can be rolls, rolls, corn braids. So why does it have to take on such a negative, offensive term? I don't mean to sound ignorant if it's literally a negative term. I just don't see it as a negative term. I just see it as someone is addressing it as a style. So I don't know when it actually became a negative term. So if someone can also mention in the comments when it actually became negative. I like locks better. It's just much faster to say, to be honest. So you won't hear me calling them dreadlocks because it's just too much to say. I like to just say locks to begin with. So what is your opinion down in the comments on the term dreadlocks? I'm gonna finish this up and I'll be back.